Let's move on to topic 2, because we are going to get into Obamacare right now. How could we not? It might be one of the best stories going still. There is a little-known fail-safe, everyone, in Obamacare that gives protection for insurance companies against losses for the first 3 years, meaning taxpayers would be on the hook. Rich, didn't the president say this wouldn't add one dime to the deficit?
He did say that. The Congressional Budget Office right now agrees with him when you consider the last analysis they've done on this. But that was before the technical glitches, and that was before this fix that the president announced, which, if you look at what the actuaries are saying about it, that you are going to now, if you offer these plans that Obamacare has phased out, if you reissue them next year, that removes younger, healthier people from the pool that are paying into Obamacare, creates a separate system, and it could create a problem with the federal government having to go in and subsidize health insurance companies so they don't get rate shock.
Dennis, that sounds like a bailout to me.
It sure does. Let's just give them the details, Cheryl. You know, if insurance costs in the first 3 years of Obamacare run 3% above their targeted costs, I don't know how they determine that, the government gives them half of that overrun. But if the costs are more than 8% above insurers' targets, the government will give them 80% of the expense. But here's the turnabout, guys. I didn't realize that this is effectively government seizing health care profits. If the insurers end up earning higher profits and their costs run lower, they have to give the government a cut. This is the government seizing private health care.
Yeah, well, some people already got checks, I think, already. You know, they got to use 85% of their money that they take in from premiums on care. But I think that, you know, probably the greater issue is when you have an industry like the insurance industry sit down with Nancy Pelosi to cobble this together, and then we get over, you know, almost 3,000 pages later, we keep getting these surprises. And by the way, it's the ultimate gift that keeps giving.
But I mean, Sandra, you could just hear taxpayers in Chicago and throughout the rest of the country saying, wait a minute, we're not going to bail out insurance companies. Since when? That's going to create a lot of fury across the country, Sandra.
Well, you know, Charles just mentioned Nancy Pelosi, and any excuse to bring up those infamous words, let's just pass this thing so we can all find out what's in it. I mean, that's really what's on the table here. Did you know that if the insurance companies' costs, as Dennis just detailed, are in excess of 8% of their targets, we're on the hook for 80%. Did you know that as a taxpayer?
And it's an incentive.
I don't think this is what the taxpayer signed up for.
It's an incentive for inefficiency. If I'm an insurer, I'll make sure my costs do run too high, way high, so that government can bail me out for 80% of it.
Well, for bailout, guys, let's talk bubble. We like this one.